Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Coming into the stadium now is our next contingent, Norfolk Island.
स्वागत करें नॉर्दर्न आयरलैंड का। कृपया स्वागत करें पापुआ न्यू गिनी का।
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the stadium, Rwanda. Please extend a warm welcome to our next guests, Scotland.
सेशल्स कृपया स्वागत करें। अगले मेहमान देश सिंगापुर का स्वागत करें। राष्ट्र सेंट हेलेना का स्वागत करें।
Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to St. Kitts and Nevis.
कृपया स्वागत कीजिए द गैम्बिया का।
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the contingent from Tonga.
और आप स्वागत कीजिए ट्रिनिडैड एंड टोबैगो का। स्टेडियम में अब स्वागत करें टुवालू का।
Please welcome into the stadium our guests from Uganda.
देवी और सज्जन, आप स्वागत कीजिए वनुआतू का।
Please welcome our next guests, the contingent from Wales.
स्टेडियम में पहुंच रहा अगला राष्ट्र है ज़ाम्बिया। कृपया स्वागत करें।
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the stadium the home country, India.
और अब देवी और सज्जनों, कृपया स्वागत करें मेजबान राष्ट्र भारत का।
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we welcome the athletes of the Commonwealth to India. Brilliant sportsmen and women from 71 nations who have gathered here to compete in the spirit of the games.
देवी और सज्जन, हम स्वागत करते हैं राष्ट्रमंडल देशों के सभी खिलाड़ियों का। सच्ची खेल भावना के साथ स्पर्धाओं में भाग लेने आए 71 देशों के इन श्रेष्ठ खिलाड़ियों का हृदय से अभिवादन।
And now, please welcome Mr. Suresh Kalmadi, Chairman Organizing Committee, Commonwealth Games, Delhi 2010.
और अब कृपया स्वागत करें आयोजक समिति राष्ट्रमंडल खेल दिल्ली 2010 के अध्यक्ष श्री सुरेश कलमाडी का।
Srimati Pratibha Devi Singh Patil, Honorable President of India, Your Royal Highness, Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, and the Duchess of Cornwall, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Chairperson, National Advisory Council, all the visiting heads of state, Honorable Michael Fennell, Commonwealth Games Federation President, and all members of the Games family, Count Jack Rogge, President, International Olympic Committee, and all the IOC members. Your Royal Highness Prince Edward, Earl of Wessex, and Vice Patron of the Commonwealth Games Federation, former President Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad, group of ministers headed by Shri Jaipal Reddy, Minister of Sports Dr. M.S. Gill, and all the cabinet colleagues of his and officials of the Government of India, Secretary General of the Commonwealth Mr. Kamlesh Sharma, my fellow members of Parliament and leaders of all political parties, Mr. Tejendra Khanna, Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, Mrs. Sheila Dikshit, Chief Minister of Delhi, members of the Defence and Security Forces, my colleagues in the Indian Olympic Association and other stakeholders, my colleagues in the Organizing Committee, the army of 20,000 volunteers who are the backbones of the Games, all the media from India and abroad, the artists who are performing here this evening, especially the thousands of school children, all the wonderful citizens of Delhi and India, the sporting fraternity in India, and my dear athletes from all over the Commonwealth. दिल्ली के सभी क्रीड़ा प्रेमी नागरिक भाइयों और बहनों, नमस्कार। Seven years, 70,000 hours of effort, the glare of the world cameras, hopes and aspiration of 1 billion, and the determination of a rising superpower. India is ready to host the great Commonwealth Games. For us in the Indian Olympic Association, the dream was to make India a sports-conscious nation, one that embraces all sports with fervor and passion. It has been 28 years since India's iconic leaders, Srimati Indira Gandhi and Shri Rajiv Gandhi, inspired the hosting of the Asian Games. One of the biggest objectives behind hosting a Games of this magnitude is to regenerate the socio-economic landscape. India is already the second fastest growing economy in the world. Many trade and business delegations are already here for the Commonwealth Business Club meetings. We expect the Commonwealth Games to contribute significantly to our economy. Over the past few years, we have worked hard in planning, preparing and putting the games together. There have been delays and many challenges, but we have been able to rise above them all. When we were faced with the most difficult challenges, Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, unending encouragement and reassurance made us feel, yes, we can. I also like to thank Mrs. Sonia Gandhi for her support to get the Games to India. I am also thankful to then Prime Minister Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee for backing the bid to host the Games, which our broadcast partners will beam to a worldwide audience of more than 2 billion people on high-definition television. Despite the adverse publicity about security, health, infrastructure and heavy rains, all the Commonwealth Associations have stood by India as Delhi 2010 becomes the largest ever in the history of the Commonwealth Games. More than 6,800 athletes and team officials from all the 71 nations and territories of the Commonwealth, and I repeat, all the 71 nations have showcased their faith in India by confirming their participation. New champions will be born here in New Delhi, I'm sure of that. I have also admired the patience of the citizens of Delhi, even as a number of facilities in the capital were being upgraded. A fantastic legacy has been created for Delhi and India in terms of world-class facilities like a superb airport, metro rail across Delhi, and much else. I'm sure Delhi will be an impeccable host and prove that it is now a truly world-class city and a great tourist destination. In just a few moments from now, we shall be completing the longest baton relay in the history of the Commonwealth Games, spanning 190,000 kilometers. It has been a superb ambassador, even as it united peoples and spread the message of sports, peace and harmony, epitomized by the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. To the athletes taking part in the Games, let me reiterate, we have designed these Games around you, be it the Games village or the competition venues. The facilities have all been created with you in mind. You have told me over the past week that you are enjoying the stay in the village and is better than many that you have been to. I have always believed that while you come to Delhi as friends, you will go back as family. I am particularly happy that the top two of international sports movement in the world are here today. Dr. Jack Rogge, the President of the International Olympic Committee, we are very thankful to you, sir, for having come here. And Mr. Michael Fennell, who has given us all the advice to run these games. Thank you, dear athletes, for being here and for getting ready to showcase your amazing talent and skills to the world. Enjoy your stay in Delhi and your competition. We are prepared to deliver a great Games. Yes, our dream is coming true. Yes, India's big moment is finally here. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honourable Michael Fennell, President, Commonwealth Games Federation.
देवी और सज्जनों, कृपया स्वागत करें राष्ट्रमंडल खेल संघ के अध्यक्ष माननीय माइकल फेनल का।
Your Excellency, the President of India and your husband, Your Royal Highness the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall, Honourable Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh and Mrs. Singh, Your Royal Highness the Earl of Wessex, Vice Patron of the Commonwealth Games Federation, His Excellency Mr. Kamlesh Sharma, Secretary General of the Commonwealth, and Mrs. Sharma, Mrs. Sheila Dixit, Chief Minister of Delhi, Your Royal Highnesses, the Minister of Sport, Dr. Gill, His Excellency Dr. Jack Rogge, President of the International Olympic Committee, Mr. Suresh Kalmadi, Chairman of the Organizing Committee, distinguished guests, athletes of the Commonwealth, ladies and gentlemen, in a short while, the 19th Commonwealth Games will be opened, and thereafter competition will commence in earnest in 17 sports, including fully integrated events for para-sports athletes. Over the next 11 days, we will witness the finest athletes from 71 countries and territories of the Commonwealth competing for glory, not only in pursuit of medals, but also to achieve their best in the true spirit of friendship and sportsmanship. The preparations for these games have been filled with many challenges, and it is our hope that over the next 11 days, we will focus our attention on the competitions and the athletes in their quest for victory and glory. It is also our hope that all athletes will exemplify the qualities of fair play, tolerance, and respect for all on and off the field of play in these friendly games. The Delhi 2010 Organizing Committee has worked tirelessly for many years in preparing for these games, and we commend them for their efforts and the magnificent support they have received from the governments of India and of Delhi. We would also like to acknowledge the invaluable support of the many sponsors for their contributions and assistance. I must at the same time recognize the over 15,000 volunteers who have committed their time and skills to providing invaluable assistance to the participating delegations and in numerous other areas, with one common aim in view: the success of the Games. To the people of Delhi, you have welcomed us to your country and to your city with your traditional warmth and fine hospitality. The athletes and their accompanying officials who are here to participate in the Games have been touched by your kindness and your enthusiasm for being good hosts. And it has demonstrated yet again that through sport, true friendship and unity can be achieved in the midst of adversity. The Queen's baton will arrive shortly, bringing the special message from Her Majesty to the athletes and people of the Commonwealth. This baton has visited all 71 participating countries and territories, covering over 180,000 kilometers and receiving an extraordinary reception everywhere it went. This has been a tremendous success, and congratulations to the Organizing Committee for this achievement. The baton will soon enter the stadium, and on arrival at the podium here, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, representing the head of the Commonwealth, will receive the baton, read the Queen's message, and declare the 19th Commonwealth Games open. Let us tonight therefore join hands in celebrating this opening ceremony of the 19th Commonwealth Games, with the hope and expectation of 11 glorious days of sport with over 4,300 of the finest athletes from all parts of the Commonwealth who have one common desire, and that is to do their best for their country, for themselves, and for all the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honourable Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, who will now address the audience.
देवियों सज्जनों, कृपया स्वागत करें भारत के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह का, जो अब दर्शकों को संबोधित करेंगे।
Your Excellency, the President of India, Srimati Patilji, Your Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Your Royal Highness the Duchess of Cornwall, distinguished heads of state and high dignitaries of countries of the Commonwealth, sportsperson and dear friends. Welcome to India. Welcome to these games. The people of India are delighted to host the 19th Commonwealth Games in this historic city of Delhi. It is a proud moment for all our countrymen. I convey my warm greetings to each member of this august gathering of the Commonwealth sporting fraternity. I invite all our guests who have come from every corner of the world to enjoy our hospitality, to enjoy the games, and to enjoy the incredible sights and sounds of India. Millions of people are waiting eagerly to watch this great sporting spectacle unfold. Over the next 2 weeks, we will celebrate and honor sporting excellence on the playing field. We will see contests of human skill and endurance, but above all, of courage and character. These games are an occasion to uphold and renew the essential spirit of the Commonwealth that seeks to promote peace, equality, and friendship among all peoples and nations. It is participation and sportsmanship more than winning or losing, which will strengthen the cherished ties of goodwill and understanding that unite us as one large family. I convey my very best wishes to all the sportspersons, organizers and fans for a very successful and memorable 19th Commonwealth Games. Thank you and Jai Hind.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Commonwealth Games baton, which has traveled through many countries, will be brought into the stadium.
in 2009 and bronze medal at the Beijing Olympics. And now the baton has been handed over to Mary Kom, winner of 5 World Championships and 3 Asian Championships.
Championships in boxing. The baton is now being carried by air pistol expert Samresh Jung, winner of the David Dixon Award for the best athlete of the Games at the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne.
Wrong way round.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, will now read the Queen's message.
देवी और सज्जनों, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, अब इंग्लैंड की महारानी का संदेश पढ़कर सुनाएंगे।
Madam President and Dr. Shekhawat, Prime Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I are so pleased to be able to join you here in Delhi, where I have been asked by the Queen to represent Her Majesty at this splendid opening ceremony for the 19th Commonwealth Games. The Queen has asked me to convey the following message. Just under a year ago at Buckingham Palace, I placed this message in the baton, which then began its long journey to the opening ceremony of the 19th Commonwealth Games in Delhi. On its way, it was carried by relay runners through all the territories of the Commonwealth as an invitation to participate in these games. It is particularly fitting that the 2010 Commonwealth Games are being held in India. Recently, we have celebrated the 60th anniversary of the London Declaration when Indian independence brought into being the modern Commonwealth of Nations. Since then, it has grown from just under 8 member countries to its present membership of 53, represented here today by the 71 Commonwealth nations and territories participating in these games. I firmly believe that when countries can compete in sports together like this, it serves as an inspiration to all nations to work together for peace throughout the world. These games, with their festival of sport and culture involving the youth of the Commonwealth, would not be possible without the efforts of so many people in India and beyond, and without the participation of so many teams, the dedication of so many athletes, and the involvement of so many voluntary officials. To them all and to all spectators, I send my very best wishes for what I hope will be the experience of a lifetime. Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, I have much pleasure in declaring the 19th Commonwealth Games open.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable President of India, Srimati Pratibha Devi Singh Patil, will now address the audience.
देवी और सज्जनों, अब भारत की महामहिम राष्ट्रपति श्रीमती प्रतिभा देवी सिंह जी पाटिल हमें संबोधित करेंगी।
His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, and Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cornwall, President of Maldives, Prince of Monaco, President of Nauru, Governor General of New Zealand, distinguished guests from all foreign countries, Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, former President of India Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sports persons, ladies and gentlemen, sport has always been a powerful bridge across cultures and people. At the 19th Commonwealth Games 2010 Delhi, we shall see this come true one more time. We will witness the power of sport to bring together athletes from the nations and territories of the Commonwealth, bound together by a commonality or purpose. Over the next 11 days, thousands of athletes will take part in intense competition across different sports and para-sports disciplines. We will see a variety of emotions unfold when the competitions begin, and we will experience much of it ourselves. More than anything else, we will see human endeavor at its best. Each athlete will strive to give his or her best. Such determined effort will offer those watching the games a great opportunity to imbibe lessons that will enable them enhance the quality of their pursuits. Sports is a microcosm of life. Those watching sports persons pursue their dreams will get to see how to perform under enormous stress and to deal with success and failure. Let me wish the athletes the very best in their dedicated pursuit of excellence. To our friends from other countries, let me say, India is a diverse and beautiful nation with a rich heritage and culture. I am sure you will experience it in all its hues and cherish it. To my fellow Indians, I would like to say, let us use this opportunity to showcase our legendary hospitality while we enjoy the celebration of sport in our country. कॉमनवेल्थ खेलों के शुरू होने के अवसर पर मैं आप सभी को अपनी शुभकामनाएं देती हूं। मेरा विश्वास है कि खिलाड़ी इनमें पूरे जोश से भाग लेंगे और दर्शक उनके अच्छे प्रदर्शन का आनंद उठाएंगे। The Commonwealth Games 2010 Delhi are now open. Let the games begin.